iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited.
Let's
Let's go.
End zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. 58, right? Mike, 58, right there. Yo.
Chase down
Yo.
left. Oh, wide open, complete.
Come on
And
now.
take this to
Let's
the
do
other
this.
side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them will be number 1.
So into Packer territory now.
Alert.
At the 47. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's locked in early. 2 nice first-down completions to start.
I like the fact.
30.
Hey,
0.
Let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
31's the mic. 6.
Check
curl.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And incomplete.
14.
First down. That leads to a 2nd
4
and
down.
10.
Even. 31's the mic.
Wilson will throw again. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties, and they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Mike. Check. 59. Bang.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So completions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ricky. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Silver. Good. 4 down. Mike's 5'9. I got wide. Under 10. 10. Check.
Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Hall. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped it. 22, and he needed plenty more. And on that first drive, the offense staying out there.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta go. Hit it up. Let's go.
On fourth.
Check 59. Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Wide open receiver complete.
Let's go.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
What an excellent end result for them.
Mike,
Let's go back to the
315.
decision, first of all,
59.
to go for it all.
Let's go,
Third down.
defense.
A lot of pressure.
Let's go.
Mike.
Here we go.
He is in for the Seahawks.
Oh, don't be scared.
How's that, bro? Touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. This will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the return here for Randall Cobb. And up to about the 26-yard line.
Come on,
Just across
fellas.
the 25. Rodgers will bring the pick up with a first and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's going to be complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. What a luxury to have a tight end that can run a post route like that.
It's a luxury for the offense. It's an extreme luxury for the quarterback. Always has a great outlet, and usually able to come up with a nice play down the middle of the field.
56.
Get your swerve on.
56 is mine.
I don't think you got it, son.
That is caught. It's the Tunyon. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down first and goal.
Check
And I
56.
know all the cliches
I
jump
got
in,
him.
right? Don't get away
Mike
from your
56.
game plan.
Mike. Check me out. Check me out.
It's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against the secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking.
Go, 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 run!
Play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Over. On the 50.
56.
56.
No chance.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with a lucky and the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kicks away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The line here to begin their next drive. The Seahawks
Watch
offense.
left.
3 and
Stop
5
right there.
is
Stop
where
right
they
there.
sit on the year. A very good start.
You got 4 down.
Position to be in at the halfway point of the season. I CD, do you see it? Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Woo! Pick, baby, all day. Don't.
Oh, yeah, good job, fellas, good job.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Rodgers will break the huddle.
Hey, watch
and bring
that.
the pack
Hey, watch
up
the ball.
1st and 10.
56. Check 56.
Here we go.
It's a loss of 14 that time, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Green 18.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Jumbo.
The pass.
Green 18.
Play fake. Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter.
26.
Get them uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
He can't hang.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
It's a party now.
56. Check 56.
Hey, watch your lane.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department?
We
They've
take
got
a
to be
win.
very
Go, 14.
careful now because
Let's go, defense. It's our time. It's our time.
anyone after the 4th round, not a good team.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Packers pick it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
That's our ball, baby. That's our ball. Yeah.
The question was the knee effect
Bang out, bang out.
bam,
Bam.
loose, and
Here we
is the
go.
video convincing
31
enough?
Put him on the bus. Let's put that team on the bus.
Possession of football afterwards. This is a tough return.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
31's the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
One's the mic.
Go.
Finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
One's the mic. All day, every day, any day.
Switch it.
Up.
Come on, switch it.
31's the mic.
Here we go.
31's the mic.
Rip right.
Motion.
It's Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
I'm coming after you. 39. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made made sure the quarterback saw him and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball down to the 16 here for first
Tight
and
end
10.
left, tight end left. We got 4. We got 4.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The defense was ready, it looked, for that run pass
Tight end to
option.
the right, boys. Tight end to the right.
The
Move.
next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on
They
that one,
cannot.
huh?
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
31.
315.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Go. Buddy.
Motion man. Watch 12. Watch 12.
31's the mic.
Let's go.
Nine timers left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
Wide 90.
Go 58 to the mic.
Hey, I'm coming.
50.
Quarterback, don't get nervous. We ain't begin.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Me, baby. Turn it up.
Javonte Williams, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as
Here we go.
over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Man, that's trash. That's
And
trash.
we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. It just tells me before every game, the team making
Big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you're
158.
probably thinking the same thing I was. Either
Watch
get
the
rid of
twist.
the
Watch the
ball,
twist.
that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They can't stop.
Tanner Muse, he's the one that drops him this go around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, we'd be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get
56.
some space.
Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Pressure, and they got to him again. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now. First and 10, right at the 50-yard
It's gonna be
line.
a long day. 31's the mic. All day, punk. 31's the mic.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Check.
95. what we
A
are.
big
Move the
play
team.
on the catch and run. So after the
They got
big
tight
play,
left,
look at
tight
this,
left.
all the way
Four
down
down,
at the
four down.
15
Check,
now
check.
on first
Got
and
it,
10.
got it.
Where's the mic?
Hey, 0-0-0.
30, where's the mic?
Go, go, go.
Where's the mic?
Check Mike, check Mike.
Move the back.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Hey,
5
move the
yards on the
team.
catch there, brings up second down.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey, four down, four down.
3 lanes back.
And he is in for
Say nothing.
touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, y'all allow him to run the football. I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back
There
line
we
of
go.
the end zone for a touchback.
And
About
move
set
the
to get
team.
this drive started.
Hey, come
the
on
Green
out here.
Bay
Come get some.
offense at the line.
Come get some. Come on here.
And
Come get some.
following the interception, just
He don't want
any
it.
interception.
You ain't get it.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out.
And move the team.
Man, just go ahead and be loose with the
26.
football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And
Full
3
stop puts him up 5, first and 15.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
56. Check 56. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Every time, fellas, I'm going to score.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
I'm coming after you.
And they gave up the
Mike
pick
56.
six. And now they'll
Mike
be looking to right the
56.
ship here.
After what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys.
Check.
Evidence to the contrary on that last possession.
Open man, here is Cobb. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And
Big
move
play
the
that's
team.
through the air.
It's our
32
field.
yards.
It's our
First and 10. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world.
Move the
Now on 1st and 10,
Back
it
one.
actually gives them a chance to regroup.
Here we go.
Relax just a
Mike
little bit. They
56,
huddle up,
Mike
talk it
56.
over,
Y'all
then they get a
not
chance
ready.
to continue their drive.
Mike 56.
right there. Plays
Right there,
like that,
56.
why he's number
I
4
hope you brought your
in the
lunch, 'cause I'm
league in
about to
terms
take you
of
to school.
receiving yardage. Devontae Adams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The line here to
I'm
begin
gonna
their
come back
next
for you.
drive, the
I'm gonna
Seahawks
come back for you.
offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the
All
locker
goes
room.
special! All goes special! Hey, alert, 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 alert!
31's the mic.
Right!
First down, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Now Myers for the extra point.
none of that.
He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Hey, we got to
Come on, let's go. A lot of time to work with. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second down. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Go to work, y'all. Let's go to work.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays healthy.
That ball is caught by Chris Valdez-Scantling. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. That sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
All right, D.
And you have
Mike
to think,
56.
Charles,
I got you. I got you.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Nice spot to take a shot. You're second and a yard from the 34.
Sweetheart.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Hey, let's get this.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they
pick
need
it up,
to do.
defense.
Where
Let's
they
go.
are in this game, they've got to
56
push
to
the
Mike,
ball
boys. 56.
downfield, take their shots,
56.
try and get
All
big
day.
chunks of
All
yardage
day.
in a short amount of time.
Rodgers throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Green 18.
Watch the screen.
Hey, Mike.
Watch the screen.
Hey, 88. Green 89.
Forced out to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in.
Right there,
In this
56.
case, they brought the heat,
Watch the
and if he
slant. Watch the
flushes
slant.
it,
Watch the slant.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Alan Lazard.
Green 18.
Alan Lazard.
What we got?
His second touchdown of the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. It's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiple. Here's a great example right there.
Let's go, baby.
Coming here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. Say to the defense, you keep up the ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line.
Green 80.
It's a big play there for Seattle.
Tag 50. Green 85.
Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still
You got
work to do.
300.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2
Mike
minutes.
56,
Who knows?
Mike
Let's see what
56.
they decide to do.
Let's go. Mike 56. Hey, they scared. They scared.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them.
58.
And these guys have been taking
there,
advantage so
56.
far.
Back one.
Let's go. Let's go.
389.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
And 318. Hey,
3 yards
take
on that
26.
last carry. Here's second and 7. Caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Hey,
The line here to begin their next drive. The Seahawks offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
And now we always talk
Check
about
59.
getting into
Mike,
the zone.
Mike
and
is
all
59.
athletes are
Mike is
seeking that,
59.
aren't they?
Get that
But
quarterback,
everything is working for
D-Lon.
them.
Get
Every
that
move
quarterback,
they make,
D-Lon.
14.
it clicks,
Get that
and
quarterback.
they're
Cut.
right now.
They are in that zone that you're talking about. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one
Make him
back.
do it again,
A fumble
make him do it
return
again.
for a Green Bay touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. It kind of written it off, but after that
58.
touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but
this,
stranger
this.
things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second half
50.
comebacks, plays like that.
389.
Pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the one.
I know he
Now
felt
on the
that one.
return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come on now. Let's go.
Hey,
Wilson, the
315.
Seahawks take over now,
Mike
first and
59.
10.
Fuck that, fuck that.
At
Look up for
24.
signals.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey.
Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with
Hey,
their
90.
offense, just playing
Check,
not
check,
to
59.
lose. I think with
Come
this
on.
team, you got to figure at this
Out,
point,
out,
this is a they'll be going to attack mode. They'll try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Come on, fellas.
41 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Hey,
That's a
let's go.
good plays.
280.
The move
Well,
on
well.
first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Hey.
Left side here taken by Metcalf. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Okay, baby, I see you.
Hey, Booker team.
59, 59.
Maybe a yard to the 29.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Check, check, check.
Well.
Check.
Well.
31's the mic.
You better be afraid of me.
That's right.
Wilson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he
Let's
got
go.
them
Let's
both
do
down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first
Hey,
down.
280.
Watch QB
A lot of
drop.
deflated looks on that
Watch QB
defense. It
drop.
seems like they just cannot find a way
31's
to
the
get a
mic.
key stop.
Hey.
That's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Moving on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line.
Single,
Second and
slot,
goal.
slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on
Watch 85. Ball going 85. Watch 85. Get this quarterback. Get off.
Around the 18-yard line. Preston Smith gets him for a loss of 10 yards from
31's
his
the mic.
linebacker.
They can't hang with that right there. 31's the mic.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Bring it up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive
Over. Move again.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Good job, yo.
Last possession. Is that word again symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
Jumbo! 319!
For first and 10.
Mike, 56. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Go get this. You're all mine.
Complete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for a bigger shot. Went for it all on that one.
56.
This time they were ready for it.
Over. 319!
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
The release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away. Facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get
like
rid of
that.
it.
One of
Just
the
like
reasons
that.
they're down
Watch out,
is
watch
that
out, watch out,
inability
watch
there to
out.
stop the pressure. We saw that over there.
Come on now.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the
Check,
36.
front set. Check.
Go to 50! Hey, you block over here! 319!
Got this one. Flush. A big loss here as he's taken down. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Lady!
Get the ball. Bunch. Gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
Buddy!
I got 11. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Gun!
I got one.
Up! Right!
We gotta get to the ball, team. We gotta get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch
31
of
tight.
times.
Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat.
Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they
31's
come
the mic.
up on first
Yeah, let's get a sack
and 10.
lunch.
Man, I got you.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that
I'm coming
clock,
after
see
you.
if you can continue
Check,
to take it
check
down.
43.
Definitely, you want to bleed
Kill.
things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football,
Watch
gain
the
some
twist.
yardage, and
Watch
put
the
the onus
twist.
on the defense.
Check 9.
Do they have to use
Check.
timeouts? What are they going to do to
Fresno.
stop you?
Fresno.
You're taking charge.
Check 99. Check 99.
14!
Kill. Switch.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
7 yards now on the ground with just 7 carries. So here's a 1st and 10. Inside the 20.
Hey.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work
Tight
in
end right, tight
exchange
end right.
of running plays.
Four down,
Keep the clock
check,
moving,
four
keep
down,
them
four
moving.
down.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let him go. 3
Mike is
touchdowns
59,
already
Mike
in his
is 59.
back pocket.
Exit,
The deep ball's
exit.
not a great weapon
Mike's
for him in this
59.
one.
Mike's
Unfortunately,
59.
empty on that
Let's go,
attempt.
defense. Let's get out the field.
On 3rd down, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here comes Kyle. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. On track, and these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
There's no question in this game. This defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take his running back out of his game. All that pregame wolfing has turned into results. This game is decided. He's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers.
Watch the run.
So right now, everyone really applauding probably his agent thinks about angling for a new contract.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he will
Let's do it.
finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, and even 40 yards.
Green 18, run it 50. Hey, you block over here.
Inside the 15 now as they come up
56.
on 1st and 10.
This.
Right there, 56.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
56. 56 is the mic.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
That's batted down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10.
58.
Check 56.
Back on.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
3 again.
Gonna be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Green 18.
Rodgers now
Hey,
after the
88,
sack to lead the
88.
pack up on 3rd and long.
Hey, take 26.
From the gun,
Mike 56.
letting one
Get
go
ready.
deep
Get
for
ready.
the end
Get
zone.
ready.
He hauls it in. Valdez Scantling for the
They don't
Packers
get nothing.
touchdown.
56.
Marquez
Green
Valdez
18.
Scantling hitting
56.
double digits
Take
with
me
his
up. Here we
10th
go.
touchdown of the
56
season.
inside.
And the
56 is the
Packers
mic.
have got it back
Jab,
to a
jab.
2-score game here in the 4th.
Get up.
Don't be scared of it.
Pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting it done
right there.
and none.
Tight end right. Tight
And I
end
do
right.
believe we saw
Hey, boys,
Slim
we got
just leave
four.
the
Four
door,
down.
didn't we?
We did.
31's the mic.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Slam, slam.
Push left, push left.
Chef.
31.
Hands up.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no
380.
one was.
35.
After the
I got
incomplete
trick this
pass
side. I got
here
trick
now
this
is
side.
second
We got
and
three.
10.
We got three.
Check three, check three, check three.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Switch.
Right.
Undercrush.
Pressure, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
59
Wilson and the
mark.
Seahawks looking for
double count
something
right here,
big
double count.
following the sack.
Let's go, baby. They turn
It's
it up.
third
Let's
and
get that
long
ball.
here.
Let's get that ball.
Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9".
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hey, switch gears.
Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty.
Fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Packer football.
Hey, 88.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy. Hey.
Pass complete, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here as he's taken down. Benson Mayowa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. From about two counties over after the sack, they come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down. And it's complete to Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much there.
56 is the mic. Push him back.
Got a man. It's Tunyon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
Three buzz.
To me,
Watch the curve.
make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat. Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and let your offense catch its breath.
Go.
So they're ready if the tackle happens inbounds.
And he's brought down after a very nice game.
Easy.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle. Here we go now as we get set for a big
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Rodgers. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. They would appear they're on their way to victory now. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal
Zebra,
number.
lady.
Coaches tell us, well, when
Check,
you
check,
score
check,
special
check,
teams,
check, check, check.
of the time you win
Good
the
right,
game.
good right.
I'm still waiting to see that number as
31's the
empirical.
mic.
Here we go.
31's the mic.
Here I come.
Outside coming, outside coming.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Touchdown. That's caught. A great play there. His second TD of the game and 16th of the season. And the Seahawks look like they're extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the others will take it down.
Go, boys, let's go. Let's go.
Land on it. 58.
Check 56. Target, 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 target.
Go to 50.
Mike.
You ain't get it.
Going nowhere.